Right. Hello, everyone. Hi, bonjour, Annie, hola, and welcome to the Fringe North Artist Roundtable. And this is our final episode of the season, which is wild. It is. I can't believe we're here. It feels like we just started doing these, but this being the final episode means we just got through the festival, which was also a blur, but it went so well. I was so happy to be in the Sioux for the festival. I'm back in Toronto now. It did feel like a whirlwind, but everything live and digital went so well. I got to see so much amazing art from all these amazing artists, and it was so cool to see all these people that we've spoken to in podcasts, on this roundtable, in other ways, see all their works, come up and on the stage or on the screen. And it was just it was such an amazing experience and such a joy to be there for. So I'm really happy to be here, but it's bittersweet because it means that we're closing things off. But I'm so happy to be here and talk a little bit about how incredible the festival went and talk about this amazing group of people that made this work happen. So I will pass it a little bit on. I'll pass it on to Caitlin, I think, who's going to chat a little bit how the digital side went. I was able to see, I think, all of the digital productions, but Caitlin was more involved in making that happen during the actual festival.
Yeah, it was really a fantastic experience to have the first year hybrid. And one thing that it's always different when we go into that mode, I was worried if it would feel too separate, but I think it really did feel like one integrated experience. And I think our team did an amazing, phenomenal job of that. I think our artists did an amazing job of just connecting and really respecting both halves of the festival and bringing it into one cohesive piece. It was so exciting to get to watch some of the digital content. I did get to stop by one day of the festival live, and there was some digital content playing there, and then kind of following along online to see how we were doing with the digital along the way, and noticing that it was pretty consistent. Everybody was engaging with it over the whole festival. It didn't just fall to the wayside, and it was really exciting to see that in the end, about a third of our engagement was through that digital platform. So really glad and thankful that you all could join us virtually for those who couldn't make it in person. And it was just such an exciting thing to see. I want to give a quick shout out to the Fringe North Awards. So this is our final day of voting. If you haven't had the chance to actually sign in and to give your vote as to what performances really made a difference and sparked just inspiration in you and all these different things, I strongly encourage you. The link will be in the chat, which I think is this way, depending on where I am on the screen. So you can take a moment to just go through and vote for your favorites and support artists. It really is exciting when you're an artist to get a placement in awards and just know that people really did get touched by your show and enjoy it. So please take the time to help support our artists by voting. Voting does close at midnight, so you only have a few hours left, and that's midnight Eastern Standard Time for those who are outside of the province. So yeah, it's about 6:30 here right now, so you do have a few hours. So please do jump in and send your votes for your favorite artists.
It feels so strange to me that we're actually here after such a whirlwind summer with the team, like getting to know each other and remembering each other for folks who worked with us last year, trying to do it all from remote locations and still plan this amazing event. And to just sit here now afterwards, remembering what happened on the live side, appreciating so much the digital piece, and just recognizing all the hard work that went into it. It just blows my mind. And even though I still feel exhausted and kind of on that adrenaline wave from the festival, it's just given us so much to reflect on. And so for folks who are watching right now, for our team, we're not done. We don't say festival over, turn it off. We're still in that debrief phase. So talking about how we learned and grew over the summer, what happened differently for us this year around the festival compared against last year or previous festivals, and opportunities for us to move forward. for me and for our team, one of the biggest things we try to prioritize is connecting and engaging with community. And that doesn't stop just because the event has stopped. So we're asking, if you have ideas, if something really stood out to you, either because it was super positive and amazing and you want to see it continue, or because you weren't quite sure that that was the best fit for the festival or the best choice to make, we would love to hear from you. Please check out our feedback form. We've got it up in the chat. Give us your ideas. There's some questions there that you can answer directly, and there's a spot for you to just tell us. And if you feel like the feedback form isn't enough for you, drop us a line. We always want to hear your ideas, your feedback, your responses, ways that we can improve and grow so that we can bring that forward into our development. Now, I mentioned already that festivals are a lot of work and that our team really just went, I mean, they were so invested, so dedicated to this. And for anybody who was there on the ground with us during festival, you saw us all running all around, getting all the things done. Something like this could not happen without a whole heck of a lot of people and partners on board. So I'm really honored to be able to sit here and reminisce about those partners we had and to issue some very big gratitude out there. Thank you so much. First and foremost, the folks who even got us off the ground this year, to our funders who supported us, who trusted us and put some money out there for us so that we could actually do the work that we wanted to do. Thank you to the City of Sault Ste. Marie, the Ontario Arts Council, the Susan Barber Memorial Trust, to Canada Summer Jobs for making the team happen, to Heritage Canada and the Government of Canada, the Sault Ste. Marie Community Centre, and our couple local community partners, the Soup Witch and Abraham's Fortune Wellness Center. Some other really important folks who came forward are our volunteers. Robert, Annie, Karen, you came forward, you took it up, even though we didn't even really know quite what you would be doing, but you said yes, and out you came, and you smiled, and you watched the shows, and you engaged with community, and we were so happy to have you as part of the festival. Thank you.
And oh, my voice went really weird there. And, you know, we can do all of this amazing work. We can get all this amazing artists, all these amazing artists together. But we can't really do anything with it without so many people that we've partnered with to be able to set up a space for these artists to perform, which has a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces. So we were able to work with some amazing people in the community in order to make that happen. So I just want to thank, first of all, I want to thank Event Tent Party Rentals, who supplied our outdoor space where we were able to do some amazing screenings. We were able to have our food and our vendors, which I'll talk about in a little bit. It was an amazing team. You were so great to work with. I couldn't have asked for better service coming from them. They really made that outdoor space something special. And then just to fill in the spaces that we had Showstoppers, who supplied our pipe and drape, which was our basically our stages. And then we had Ecotech, who helped supply our outdoor digital screening area, which was both of them were so great to work with. And we wouldn't have been able to do the festival without them. But also, to add to that, we wouldn't have been able to work with any of these people without having the amazing team at the museum with us. Having the space in the museum worked so well for us this year, I found. I mean, we knew going into it that the museum would be a fantastic space. But I think once we actually got there and once we were working with this incredible team and once we were able to go in and start setting up, I had so many people while I was working at the doors, at the box office, outside, that were telling me like, what an amazing space that your team has been blessed with. Like just and it was so great to see people interacting with the museum in other ways while the festival was going on. Just like being in that sort of like living, breathing cultural space was such a fantastic place to be to have our festival housed. So thank you to the team at the museum. You were so great to work with. And then also running our tech for I think I don't. You'll have to let me know how many years he's done it. But Rob Rock was there with us the whole festival, making sure our tech went smoothly. He is indispensable for the success of Fringe North. He was everywhere, making sure the tech was working well, working with artists, doing way too many jobs, but doing them all incredibly well. How many years has he been with Fringe North? Because he was there at least in year two when I was there for the first time as an artist.
Rob Rock, the Prince of Darkness, is he's it for tech for the Fringe.
Yeah.
He's been there since year one. He's never said anything but a resounding yes. He supported the Fringe growing up to this point, filling in spaces when we had too many, making sure we had the equipment that we needed when we weren't quite even sure what that would look like. And just you're right, Garrett. He's everywhere that he needs to be. Fringe would not be Fringe here in the Sioux without him.
Yeah, absolutely. There were so many times where I would have something that I would need from him, and he was always there. It was impressive and eerie. He just like had this sense. He knew where he needed to be. He is just such a fantastic person to work with. So every, Rob and all of those people that I mentioned, we wouldn't have been able to have this festival without any of you. And then also I wanted to mention we had a number of vendors outside in our great outdoor space. We had brewers. With a special shout out to Teresa, who was there helping run the cart, I don't know what the exact the hot dog stand with the popcorn and the drinks, and I don't know what that it's a cart of sorts, but she was a joy to have around. She did a great job, and it was so great having her there, having her around. We also had Maui, as I just want to make sure I'm saying that right, who came and were a vendor, and we had the Attic Boutique. Both of them came and really filled out our outdoor space, made it something really special. We had a lot of people coming and interacting with them, and it just made this kind of like bustling, interesting, creative atmosphere in that outdoor space. So it was amazing to have them with us, sharing their art within our festival. And then also just a special thanks to 705 Sound, who helped us out with one of our artists, making sure one of our shows were able to happen. Yeah, just I was involved in some way with working with all of those people and getting them to the festival and working with them when they were at the festival. And they were all a joy to work with. So if you are looking for anyone in those realms, we definitely recommend partnering up with them.
Yeah, and for those who were involved with the festival and you noticed that we had a lot of giant posters around letting you know where to go, letting you know what was happening and the schedules for each of the day. We had fantastic programs as well that were printed versions that you could hold in your hand. And I just want to give a huge thank you to AK Graphics for just all of the design and printing that was done through them and just the fantastic way that it looked, and sometimes having to, when we didn't really know what we were doing on our end, helping us resize so that it would look good when actually printed. It all looked so fantastic and just made the event space really inviting and wonderful. And for everyone who had a copy of the program to just keep that as a memoir of this year's festival is just a great experience to have and be able to hold it in our hands and see what our artists are up to and all those different pieces. So a huge thank you to AK Graphics. It was fantastic to work with you. Very lovely experience. Also want to give a huge shout out to Maker North, who provided us with these really cute little keychains. I'm sure many of you at the event got to take one home with you, and some of our tabling events leading up to the festival. And just thank you so much for Maker North for your continuous support and just providing us with that really cool thing to be able to have something that people can take away in their hands with them. And another huge shout out to Stone's Office Supplies for just your generous donation of supplies and letting us get what we needed to be able to run the festival. We really appreciate it.
Now, you mentioned posters and flyers and other swag, Caitlin, and it really leads really well into our next series of thank yous, which is to all the folks who helped us to get the word out and actually share with people what it is we're building. We had support from the city of Sault Ste. Marie helping us promote. Sue Today has been and continues to be a great promotional partner for us, a great media partner. Brian Kelly and the Sioux Star. Brian always works so hard to support arts and culture, and he shows up for Fringe year after year. This year was no different. Thanks, folks, for supporting us and helping us to tell everybody what we were doing. Sioux Business Matters, you shared our stuff. Awesome. Thank you. The Story Steeped in Stone series has been promoting and cross-promoting our shows all the way through. P.S. They have some fantastic shows coming up over the fall, so swing on over and check out Story Steeped with Stone. We have Shaw Spotlight, who has been and continues to be a great partner of ours, not only allowing us to hold some space in the shows, the local series that they do, but they lent us equipment and they helped to promote us. And they just really, said, we appreciate what you're doing, and then kind of put their money where their mouth was, so to speak. So that was super awesome to have them in our corner. Station Mall came out and did some cross promotion with us. And of course, always a great supporter of arts and culture here in the community and promoter of their own fantastic series, Dryer Fire, who consistently shared and supported Fringe this year. Thank you to all of you for just helping to kind of fan the flames for Fringe this year, make sure that we got audience out, helping us build community. We really couldn't do it without you. This piece gives me joy in my heart because really the core of it all, and the folks who saw the vision and said yes and made it happen, is the team of incredible staff that we had on board this year. Some of whom I'm privileged to be with right now in this space, in no particular order, but all of whom brought something really significant and important to the table. Garrett Ryan, Mahima Rancy, Nicole Dybel, Therese Nacarado, Cassandra Carlson, Kristen Damerim, Evan Eckett, Kayla Bishop, Reagan Curry, and the notorious Caitlin Townsend. All of you are incredible. I am so lucky to be able to work with you and to call you my team this year. Fringe could not have happened without each and every one of you. Thank you for everything. Please apply next year. You're all amazing.
It was such a blessing to be on the team and work with everyone this year. And as a team, we just want to give a huge shout out to our board members as well and all the hard work that they do. So again, in no particular order, thank you to Arbus, Georgina Nacarado, Sarah Garchor, Patrick Lowe, Adam Francis Prowl, Chris Moore, and Carolyn Caputo McCauley. Thank you so much for all of your hard work and the decisions that you make and just the care that you make them with. And in allowing us as a team to just spread our wings and fly and to do what we need to do to get the festival up and running.
And this year also we had our really exciting new initiative, which was the Fringe North Fledgling. I want to share when I first arrived in the Sioux, I got so excited when I saw the fledgling in the museum. I was like a celebrity sighting because I've only seen it digitally from Toronto. But that was such a fun initiative. So thank you so much to everyone who participated in this initiative, to everyone who took photos, to everyone who posted photos on social media, and to all of the amazing locations that were able to house our fledgling throughout the season. It was such a fun initiative. And I am so happy for everyone that was able to participate. And of course, this festival wouldn't exist without all of our live and digital artists who I had such a privilege to work with throughout this this festival season. So just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your art with us, either live or digitally. This festival we would have nothing without our artists. You are the core of this festival. So I cannot thank you all enough. And I look forward to hopefully collaborating with all of you at some point in the future. And a special shout out to the artist and team behind Project Nischen Niets, which was put on through Ontario Culture Days. I was able to be at the screening of Project Nischen Niets, and it was such a wonderful experience. That was a team that I had no connection with prior. So being able to just sit down from scratch and see all these incredible artists was such a beautiful experience. And then see some of them that were able to come to the festival and be around the festival. It was so great. And then also a special thank you to our artist in residency this year, which was the incredible Sky Smith. I had the privilege to be working with Sky throughout this season. We did a great podcast together. I got the chance to talk a little bit about her and her story. And then at the festival, seeing her and her amazing team, they were so on top of things, so on the ball. They produced such a great show that really showcased some of the heart of Sault Ste. Marie. So I was so happy to have Sky in the festival this season. And then also a special thank you to CAF, which is the Canadian Association of Fringe Festivals. We are so happy to be within CAF and be doing this work and sharing in their vision. And then also just a big thank you to everyone else who provided their support in various ways. Anyone who attended the festival, anyone who bought tickets to the digital shows, anyone who was able to offer support in any way. We have too many people that helped make this festival happen, that helped make this festival what it was. So if you weren't specifically mentioned, know that your contributions, no matter how big or how small, are so incredibly valued by our team. This I can't say it enough. This festival is could not happen without the support of the community and without being built in within the community. And I think this weekend really showcased that for me, just seeing how community oriented this festival was and how the community came out to support it. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
It's definitely been an amazing experience just collaborating with everyone and getting to know all of our different partners. And it's just been wonderful. I'm really curious, Garrett, because this was your first experience being on this end of things and having been involved previously as an artist and in many fringe festivals around. What was that like to flip into that mode of being on the other side of things?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Fringe is any Fringe. Well, any theater, but I'll specifically talk about Fringe. And any Fringe festival is inherently stressful and chaotic. That's every Fringe artist knows it. When you say that, oh, it's that's Fringe or that's Fringe Week, everyone knows what you mean by that. It means it's chaotic and stressful in the most fulfilling way. But that's working as an artist and doing one show. So being in this position and trying to facilitate more than 25 shows, I guess, is what we had, like including digital and live, or artists. Anyway, a lot more than one show, and it made it more chaotic and more stressful, but it also made it incredibly more fulfilling to see all of these shows. No matter how much chaos was behind them, when they got up on that stage or when they went up on that screen, there wasn't a single show that I wasn't like mesmerized by, just seeing it all finally come to be. And that was so fulfilling to see after this months of work, that it makes it worth it.
Mhm.
So definitely the experience was, I'm still probably recovering. I'm still going to be tired for another uh, maybe a few weeks. I don't know, but it was worth it. Every second of it was worth it.
That's awesome. Um,
Hmm.
so as we wrap up, do you have any last thoughts for I know this is like your last moments with us, so our audience has been very captivated by your presence in these roundtables throughout the whole season. So is there anything that you want to say to them before you go or
Yeah, so when I came on the team, I knew I would be somewhat involved in doing some of the roundtables and the podcasts. I didn't know to what extent I ended up being in most of the roundtables, and I did most of the podcasts, which was such an incredible experience. Like I said, it was able to like within my role, I had to be getting to know these artists, but you really get to know artists when you're doing these podcasts with them, or when you're doing these roundtables. That's when you're really getting into the core of what is their creative obsessions, what is their what are their histories, and that was such a cool experience to be here and be helping facilitate. So and also, I want to add that when I came to the festival, I was so grateful to be speaking with people who had seen the podcast, who had seen the roundtables, and were letting me know that they enjoyed watching my interviews, enjoyed having me involved. So I'm so thankful to all the people who were able to watch or listen, and who enjoyed having me here. I it's really been a special experience. And just being a part of the team has been such a special experience for me. Um, like I said, there's not much more I can say aside from what I said about how fulfilling it was to see everything come to be. But that no matter how chaotic or how many moving parts there were to try to address at times this summer has been for our team, and for me working within the team, um, it's all been worth it. It's all been such a special experience, and I'm so happy to be able to sit here and be you know helping represent this amazing organization, and helping talk about the incredible work that the two of you have been doing, and I'm sure will continue to do for many years to come. So thank you so much for having me, and thank you everyone for watching and listening and all of that for the last few months. I guess it's been a whirlwind.
yeah, it's been such an amazing summer and yeah, there's really nothing quite like the experience of putting on a Fringe festival. It is its own unique thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're sad to have reached the end of festival season, but we will see you all again next year, and we will hopefully have our artist roundtables start up again next festival season. So have a great couple of months. Definitely follow us on social. We're still around. Things will still be happening. Just because these Thursday night roundtables aren't happening anymore does not mean that there is not content for you to engage with. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube channel here. Lots of ways to keep in contact. Join our mailing list so you can check us out at www.siouxfringe.com, and you can sign up for our mailing list there and find all of our different socials on that website. So thank you so much for your support over these past few months, and we will see you all again very soon. Thank you, merci, miigwech, gracias, and have a great day.